Good morning and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Algarve. We're still in Cabanas, but we're not going to be here for much longer. We're about to go for a drive up through the mountains to Évora. Évora, which is a little town kind of right in the middle of the countryside. So we're looking forward to that, but we've had a week in the Algarve now, so we're going to head off in this adventure. So let's get going. There's the car there. Let's break it inside. Let's get to Évora. We set off north from Cabanas into Évora, quickly getting into some fairly remote country roads. But we hadn't had breakfast before we left, so that was the first thing on the agenda. Okay, first stop for our little adventure here is the snack bar Bella Vista. This is where we're coming for something to eat, some breakfast hopefully. Would you have that for breakfast?
Each pasta con nata tastes different.
After breakfast we continued driving up, pressing further and further north into the mountains. Well, we've been on the road about 30 miles and this is as well into the mountains now already. If the rest of the drive's like this, then I think we're in for a treat. And this isn't even a viewpoint or a mirador we've stopped at. They don't seem to really do that to the same extent here. So we're going to, any break in the road and we'll pull in and stop. Okay, third stop and I take it back. There are miradors here and there are some great miradors here. Look at this with the picnic tables. Just right in the middle of nowhere we suddenly came across this. But more than anything there's this view right across the southern Algarve to the sea. Okay, well the first place we've come to, well the first actual town we've come to, obviously we've had viewpoints and snack bars and stuff like that. This is a little village called Cachopo.
This is such a cute name, Cachopo. It's like referring to a little cute child. Cachopo.
Bit of dereliction here, looks like maybe the place has seen a few better days. So, Sleepy Wee village in the mountains. for all that Cachopo was a pleasant little village, there really wasn't anything to do there. So we pressed on, heading for our next stop, a place called Martin Longo. Okay, another brilliant name, Martin Longo. Long Martin, in other words. Moving away from the coast in Portugal, it gets very hot very quickly, so first order in Martin Longo was a nice cold drink. I think this is the town square. That's a memorial. Continue the memoria. You know, I honestly don't think a sleepy wee village could be any sleepier. Okay, well, this is us coming to the, well, we're getting back to the car after seeing Martin Longo. It's bizarre though, because we've been saying right up until this point that Portugal's been among some of the friendliest people we've seen. You know, everywhere we've stopped, everyone's been really chatty, welcoming, friendly. But for some reason, this place is the exact opposite. Don't understand it. Went to the snack bar for a drink there and they barely looked at us. Grumbled answers to us. You know, walking down the street elsewhere in Portugal, people say hello to you, so we tried saying hello to a couple of people here, looked away, didn't want to look at us. I don't know, maybe they've got some story or something here, but I don't know, we're going to move on anyway. Martin Longo, goodbye. We continued our journey towards Évora, heading along what turned out to be an unusually straight road towards our next destination and lunch stop, Alcatim. Well, this delightful place we've come to, as you saw from the approach down the hill there, but this delightful place we've come to just now is Alcatim, and that is the Guadiana River. The Guadiana River, of course, being the border between Spain and Portugal, which means that across there is Spain. But yeah, I mean, there were some really good looking cafes here, so we're going to go up and see if we can get some lunch now. It is 1 o'clock. We'd like to be a wee bit further by this point, but it's been really nice so far, so no hurry at all. It's worth coming to Alcatim in its own right, actually. It's a lovely new place. I think it has to be this restaurant up on the edge here though, just simply for the view. Okay, well I think we're locked out with the location here, look at this. Okay, now Rika and I both don't like goat's cheese, and we never have. But it's one of these things you have to test yourself every once in a while to make sure you still don't like it. So we figured we're going to order a goat's cheese, but it's completely different to goat's cheese we've ever had. So we're ordering cured Portuguese goat's cheese. I don't know, might take one bite of it and finish it and say never again. But still, it's good to test yourself, because maybe we do. Yeah, goat's cheese is normally too sour for me, but because this is cured, and the consistency is, it's a bit like a mature cheddar. It's actually quite edible, it's really nice actually. I'm glad I had it now. Okay, well it was an hour between the start and the main courses, but having said that, look at the main course. Okay, well that lovely lunch took 2 hours. It's funny, we ordered and they brought the cheese starter out straight away, and then we waited an hour and a half for our main course. But still, anyway, it's done. Does mean that we won't have the time we wanted to walk around this lovely wee town on the Guadiana, but yeah, press on. Maybe we'll go for a wee walk and then let's see. As we mentioned there, we took a lot longer to eat lunch in Alcatim than we'd planned, and we were really only about a quarter of the way to Évora at this point. So we had to stop visiting every little time we passed through and get some proper miles on the clock. Next stop, the town of Serpa, almost 100 kilometres away. Alright, welcome to Serpa. I saw a castle, I saw what looked like an aqueduct, so there's definitely stuff to see here. Really, who knew? Serpa. I'm sure somebody did. Yeah, it's a nice little vibe in this place. It's actually Portugal Day today. So, you know, people are gathering in the square and it looks like there's going to be live music later on. But just thinking, hopefully we'll get the same thing in Évora when we get there, which is next. Yeah, this is us coming to the aqueduct now. Oh well, that's us done with Serpa, so back to the car we go, and on to our final stop of Évora. Of course Évora is the next video, so... We weren't long on the road from Serpa before the sun started to go down, but the countryside at this point did seem a bit less interesting than earlier on in the trip, so we weren't too bothered by that. The final 100 kilometres of the journey went without incident, and it seemed we were arriving in Évora in no time at all. I hope you enjoyed this eventful little journey. Look out for the final video in this Portugal trip, the amazing city of Évora itself. Until then, good night. If you enjoy watching our videos, then please hit the like button and subscribe for more content.